The mainstream truth movement is an absolute joke at this point. The so-called alternative media is basically at this point a contest to see how far we can stick it up Donald Trump's you-know-what, and just support and back the GOP and the Republican Party no matter what. And it's an absolute shame to even really consider myself, well, it's not really a shame to consider myself a truther, because I don't count some of these people as truthers, okay? And that's just how I feel. Now, to give you guys some backup real quick, I first joined the scene when we had the Vigilant Christian, White Rabbit, Puritan Pictures, like Round Saturn's Eye. Those guys were really big in the game. And man, they could expose esoteric symbolism and propaganda and television, subliminal messaging, music, just so many interesting things. And now the truth movement has so many psyops in it that it's completely getting ruined. And I'm ashamed of it. Okay? You have Alex Jones, which a lot of people still look up to, of course, who makes an absolute fool of the truth movement, saying things that are just flat out stupid. He'll say things, and I've talked to people, they're like, Alex, he says stuff that makes sense, and then he just throws something out there that is either exaggerated or crazy or something that might be true, but he throws it out there in a way that nobody's going to believe it, and that makes everybody stereotype and say, hey, well, if this guy thinks this, then everything he just previously stated isn't true. So Alex Jones makes us all look bad. And somehow, you're telling me the freaking Bohemian Grove that all of these huge politicians go to, with probably security everywhere, that Alex just, snuck himself over the fences and happened to record one of the top meetings in the world. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I think that there is something far more to Alex Jones. He just mocks us, makes us look bad. The media always covers him to paint all conspiracy, or so-called conspiracy theorists, as one thing. And then you have, the whole thing with Fox News, people thinking Fox News and Sean Hannity, who mocked 9/11 truthers many times, really, and the Bilderberg wouldn't answer questions about it, and you have people thinking that Fox News is genuine and actually part of the truth movement. It's hilarious, and then Mark Dice. You had Mark Dice that used to be a 9/11 truther that used to talk about the Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove. He worked with We Are Change to go confront politicians, and, always was out there, exposing secret societies and stuff. And then right when the 2016 election came and he realized how much attention he was getting from the Trump movement, he completely sold out who he used to be to please that demographic. And he led all of them people that used to follow him, that still believe him, of course, to believing in the left versus right two-party system. And I think Mark Dice knows that there's no difference between Republicans and Democrats, but he is getting, obviously, way more popular by backing this two-party system. I would not even consider him a so-called truther anymore. And then you have, of course, the psyops going out there and saying that everything's going to be okay. Every politician that's a pedo is being sent to Gitmo, and I think that that's what I've nicknamed, of course, before, faith porn, to make people think things are going to change when nothing changes whatsoever. And I could just go on, but the Fox News Republicans and these so-called mainstream truth movement's a joke.